Boakye Danquah, Wababa as a government spokesperson on security and governance. Or yeah, my special guest and a pay. The name of the Chicago. Entry on term, Rachel Toba. And go on Bachasi.
Brighten your morning with good music.
Information,
News, interviews, inspiration, fun, and
education. Your radio just came alive.
Happy 98.9 FM and ECOWAS.
Yamo Biar Kwaba Famra, happy morning show. So, and I no pay my guest. Said you Medican Kayano, wa Babet Nasa did that NT Ubibesia. Yet to tia Betiano Nani Chimuan and the Procunams Yarina shows, Yanchin Train Esso and Sania Dinko. Mamma, a year Ura Palgrave Boakye Danquah Akwaba on a year government spokesperson on security and governance. Eja Akwaba.
But I say, Sefa Mamichao na as a studio Hano member had that.
What about that?
My first time.
First time about
Oko
TV.
My first time pa na media ba Happy FM. Meda wase. Na mechiao ase chia we tie4 ene wahwefo mu studio hefe pa.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Pa tie4 ne ahwefo ejo so. But yes, come on say, and there are a lot of issues within the security space. Yes, yes, from free Niger and send someone about the ECOWAS heads of state, the decision to activate the ECOWAS standby force by Ghana will contribute troops and logistics to the force if in case Niger Akwako restore democratic rule. We heard the defense minister Ora Niti making a statement say, "Oh, Ghana, we are ready because we are part of ECOWAS. Whatever happens to one country, we should be concerned about that." I mean, are we threatened as a state? We know, sir, security across the West African sub-region has been volatile for a period of time. Are we that threatened as a state?
Sefa ECOWAS honsem eyade hu hia ema Ghana ban, especially President Nana Dankwa Kufuor. Ghana, you're part of ECOWAS since 1970. Just say you're no more born. Ebusuya ache pa. In Tokwa, it's a sizable part of French ECOWAS. Eya dia eya humti ema yempa. Abain ebo modern represente wo Abuja with all the ECOWAS extraordinary meetings at Tinubu Echeye, which is the president of Nigeria, our chair of ECOWAS. In which the sanctions be brought to 2 Now, one of the extreme sanctions, you did 2 makase wenya abano. Say you bomodin na you activate the military standby force. Ne wo hone say coup d'etat na esini nya no with military involvement. Iti near military for any military for betumi edi nkomo no omo anka so mo honipa. Inti hu won mfaso say you to me setting up the military standby force. Now so as we look at the military standby force, we are not blinded to the diplomatic incommodia, as I say, military jantes, Eddie. And at a very high profile meeting with ECOWAS commissioner on safety and political affairs, security and political affairs, Ambassador Musa, extensively, our Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. Na inkomodie no bebre na yedi no ebabe piemu said the dynamics are extremely very different. Na dynamics na are very different in intino. ECOWAS in its wisdom bomodin say all 15 members countries na omoka ECOWAS mono omo ankasa omo constitution omo dia to honum say who kwan say ubedi first term and second term. I want to mean call a third term. ECOWAS also far to so say almost the policies be ba say uba be member of ECOWAS in terms of ukru be member. And so bomodin say wo constitution no won kase wo be amended to go for a third term. Inti eno no ECOWAS about the homodin ye pa. In fact, even Senegal cry now they were trying to work on going for AU chair Makisao. Ninya so withdraw in Yaman. To try ECOWAS Jumadia Odini a idea who here Emma the sub-region of West Africa. You want to say who say a buying a beer bono homodane against the threats of terrorism. Now sound tokwaya AC in terms of destabilizing democratically elected governments, trese omo pese aban bia ebomodin eyom weni fi sa terrorism no so ebe focus on coup d'etat no terrorism no enya kwan egusu yom niema. As I speak to you, Niger omo go through military coup d'etat no. There has been 9 terror attacks since July 26th omo call coup d'etat 9 major attacks. Why? Because aban wo Niger no eyom weni if terrorists and so and almost focusing on making sure say on be reverse it back to democratic rule. Me mabumi chimu po ehun say military juntas na war West Africa obwe CV omwe seize political power no. Minjin di say wo mo adwemu say omo pese omu kro no etumi etumpon. Why do I say so? ECOWAS Emma Niger for a very short term, about 3 months, say, Omombomodin, now Omo reverse it back to constitutional rule. Nigerian injectors, and they say 3 months in the Isha.
Yeah.
Now Omo pay 36 months, which is equivalent to 3 years. Now, my dream who say, Samosi Mukrono, Nipano diso President Bazoum, on Dikrono Suye, inti, Moa Banamo Pese, Moshe Seni Ebekoni Niema, Moape Prime Minister, Ewo Honom Niema. Now, ECOWAS Ebeboa, Mo to me reverse it back to constitutional rule, Mosi Debi. But let me tell you the mind of the military. The mind of the military, the military is not trained to govern a country. We are seeing Fanenia. Inti say, Unya military, so Bano Baye military coup d'etat. The longest and shortest time, obey to me, I saying. It to me a govern is 3 months. Anything more than that is brutality. Tops.
3 months.
Anything more than that is brutality. Because after 3 months, they have run out of ideas. Because train, they didn't train them like that. You train them for combat. And in the wisdom of ECOWAS, these sanctions and ECOWAS was very strong with the sanctions. Say, within the shortest possible time, Niger should reverse back to constitutional rule. Nientia ECOWAS near break with the standby military force is for one simple reason. Say you to me and stop it Niger within the shortest possible time to reverse back to constitutional rule now. Naturally say ultimatum media to on mama Mali any Burkina Faso by 2024 to reverse it is null and void. Now say null and void it means to say individual countries now military it take over countries be more empowered than a military standby force within the sub-region of West Africa. And also it means that other West African countries military for years strong can overthrow the president. Now some overthrow president now. How safe are we in the continent or even in the sub-region of West Africa? Now there are a lot of influences from the West. And then also a lot of influences from Algeria are part of the ECOWAS bloc in terms of how Mutumi manipulate Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, but there are a lot of influences. But in the midst of all of this, we have said, we are inviting all the partners because Niger borders to Algeria.
Yeah.
We are inviting all the partners. Say all the partners, even no more ECOWAS block brana yentumi din komo se ne be ya ye betumi salvage the Nigerian situation. For us as a country there, we are very strong and very firm. Say the military standby force it would be the last resort. It's as we speak now, military juntas na won Niger no ebiemu ama inkomodie Ashasie Ekoso, the former president of Nigeria, Samini, Eko Honum, Emma Omutumi, Enyomo Edi Nkomo. We are in no doubt in our minds. And I say, make a way so. the people of Niger, a sizable part near Fulanis, and the northern Nigeria, and so a Fulanis. It is going to be very difficult. Say Nigeria would attack their brothers. It's the last resort. You can't say military standby force, A last resort. But you this say idea you be do honum. It's as the diplomatic incommodate bebre to 2 honum ashesenia to me release omoniamani because sanctions no ECOWAS to 2 honum a very very biting. You freeze all their assets. ECOWAS you freeze all their assets. ECOWAS a closely board the CDB. ECOWAS is making sure say all the sanctions on there to 2 honum is implementable and overseen by member countries across the bloc. It's military standby force in there. A activity by yen do honum. As we speak now, no, a diplomatic incommodate a new moody because it's almost biemu any ECOWAS in Penifono I shall say aid in common.
France 24 reported, I think, some days back, and I think the Prime Minister, the military junta, Mr. Zieni, was saying they have not stopped having contact with ECOWAS. So, from what you're saying, there is a belief that there is a possibility we will use the diplomatic approach to deal with whatever it is that is happening in Niger. And so, Ghanaians shouldn't be afraid that there will be a possibility that we are contributing forces to the ECOWAS standby force to enter into Niger to restore democratic rule.
Ghanaians should not be afraid at all. Nyayebe use a lot more diplomatic conversations. Kasa okumba natural sense anya ejuma. Nyabema ntiase ejuma a lot more incommodate. Inti kasa ena yeni Nigerian gentes. In addition to Mali and Burkina Faso gentes aiding common.
But is it ruffling our further security wise? I mean, as a country.
Oh, as a country, there, Ghana security they are very tight. It's not had any adverse effect on our security. Mami Trechemu say your friend BB internally displaced people.
Yeah.
Say Okoba not say you are likely to have internally displaced people like Ombaye refugees. Bombaye refugees they go to the nearest countries. Niger and Ghana emuche kakra. At least Ubefa Mali Kras, Abafa Burkina Faso and San Ghana. It's internally displaced people be any honoma to migrating easily. Aba yemaimu. It's in terms of our borders in there, we are very, very safe. Your security so is top notch. I mean, so bekaya security chiefs, ebabeye or meeting in Accra.
Yeah.
It tells you the robustness of our security system. In Ghana there, we are very, very safe. And our eyes are on the terrorists. Very much. Because you see, say with our campaign against terrorism, you can say the desire of terrorists, and yes, their desire is to get to the Gulf of Guinea. Atlantic Ocean, no person call from 9 hours here. Because honum don't be to me perpetuating their acts of piracy. So, because upon it, definitely, the maritime laws, maritime security in Niema, the association honum man paying another than Kufuado Ankasa out of 4 vessel ships. The Ghana Navy. As a result of the fight against piracy at the Gulf of Guinea. Your security is in the top notch. There are always conversations. Nyamiado, I have opportunity or sometimes sitting in some to hear and glean. Ghanaians should not be worried at all or troubled with our security apparatus. Security in the intact.
We'll still talk about security. We've talked about external issues. We'll come back to a fear with regards to internal security in somewhere Kosovo or IGP leaked tape as a government spokesperson on security and governance. I'll pick your view on some of these issues, but a quick one from your Selikem Seli will say, good morning, Sifa, please. Even in our country, Ghana, here we are not on top of our security issues. So how more Africa? All these security reasons are based on hunger. Sifa, please talk about Santor Road. I'll talk about Santor Road, but I'll say if the people are hungry in this country, isn't that a security threat?
Sefa, I no pay me sorry me didi ye. Me nim swe didi ya. My about studio hanum. E come di me ye. Nso enye security threat. Hunger ye ka say people are hungry. E come e wo Sudan and South Sudan and Chad. Any other deprived places on the continent of Africa, e be ni Ghana. Ghana e come ni hanum. Ghana e come ni hanum. The benevolence of the Ghanaian people cry me come do. Na se found driving who say onam kwan ho na say obi a sebi na adwen emun kana papa okodina baby etonkoko a kokora sebi ba no.
Ye man be.
Inti so bi kra onya nye 2 sen enya koko no ma. How much more we? Ama betra ha come in dime. Ami wi a me so mekwa kope koko bia no. Ana wo a wa betra ha no ma do pa sorry for ye wa betra ha no. A wi a metoti ama wa no. The benevolence of the Ghanaian people. Emma e come end you bia. Inti yeka hunger, ni yeka the threats of hunger on security. Ghana is not one of those countries. There are a lot more countries. Hunger is a threat. UN humanitarian for Eba Honum, Red Cross Eba Honum, and no na yet threat. As we speak now, Sefa Mpacho, when who say UN for Abahasa humanitarian on Bema
The me who's on my Bema.
when we say Red Cross for Abahasa on Bema
No.
When we say SOS for Abahasa on Bema Into your comma, ye Canadian. Remember, ye painting picture be a year picture of gloom. A comni Ghana. Ebi obetu me akasa hotre kakra.
Unemployment?
Unemployment there.
Youth unemployment, let's put it that way. Youth unemployment.
Sefa, unemployment is general, whether youth or adult. Reason is that the largest part of a working class of every economy are the young people. Into youth unemployment, I mean, too large. Unemployment is unemployment, whether youth or old, because the categorization of employability of inconforno unye memoir into me employer. Where the 70 will be a few, where the 60 will be a few, where the 50 cry, why get lucky cry will be a few. Then you are literally done. Youth unemployment a very, very key issue. But Omampini and Nado Danquah Akufo-Addo, and I don't wish to do politics with this. This is the truth of the matter. Say, or setting up an entrepreneurial nation where every young person, now we are on seed capital with the NEIP program, every young person would have an opportunity, say, obey statue on one ejuma, obey show on one ejuma, say, with a seed capital buying ediamomo. I have not seen, I have not heard, I have not experienced a buying beer waba. Why your president Nana Addo Danquah Akufo-Addo? Hey, into youth unemployment must be tackled. The session I will tackle farming. President Nana Addo Danquah Akufo-Addo do the youth unemployment gradually, and all reducing gradually. Now, me watching Danquah there. I mean, no doubt in my mind. Say structures and systems on Mampini Nana Addo Danquah Akufo-Addo they are to told. Efa unemployment any the employability of young people no. By the time Mampini Nana Addo Danquah Akufo-Addo be any tenor. Now the level of skill acquisition, the level of capacity building, the level of training, the level of hands-on jobs, the level of entrepreneurs, would be unprecedented.
Yamra few, because and I know that my viewers have questions to ask on this particular matter, but the questions I'll put them to you after we deal with this particular subject matter. The issue having to do with IGP's leaked tape. There have been SMP and ACOSO, the ad hoc committee or Matanasia. They are looking at the veracity of matters being raised in the leaked tape. Let me first and foremost on the work of the committee. Any empenyufo makwa they are posturing and somewhere womo akeka and the sort of possible impact a bit mienya on our security and on the Ghana Police Services its operation.
Sefa Ghana Police Service Ewomra the Ejuma Act 350 Police Service Act no. Inyama bebree wo hono ma edi ho nkomo. Ma me hyase. If be the functions of the police, mekan no. Potokasa section 1 clause 1 or say it shall be the duty of the police service to prevent and detect crime, to apprehend offenders, and to maintain public order and the safety of persons and property. Clause 2 of section 1 say, every police officer shall perform such functions as are by law conferred upon a police officer, and shall all lawful orders and directions in respect of the execution of his office which he may receive from his superiors in the police service. The state functions. Na mamenko so na menko I think section maybe 17. Efre bibi misconduct and unsatisfactory service. Na no me kanu ya me dia ba leak tape no. Men kan bebre. Me hwehwe D of section 17 clause D or say to engage in any activity outside his official duties which is likely to involve him in political controversy, number 1, or to lead to his taking improper advantage of his position in the police service. This is my observation. Sefa, my case is to say there are some institutions we are here, including Ghana. Say society bodama. And when I say society bodama, when society becomes insane, there is a few places I see a call for sanity. When society becomes insane, there are a few places we need to go for sanity. Number 1 is so say the 4 arms of government.
Yes.
We look at the executive, the legislative, the judiciary, and the media. Mamifa fifth one in Kahon, which is the security services. When society gets mad, say society bottom. That's a personality. The first place to go to is to the executive. Say society bottom near personality. The second place is to go to the legislative arm of government, which is parliament. Omono chembra. And omono chembra. Say society bottom near personality. The third place to go to is the judiciary. Say society bottom near but the people power belongs to the people. We come to the media. And then finally, when society gets into chaos, now you pay restraining of law and order in the society, we go to the security services.
Yeah.
I am of the objective view. Say none of these various arms of government, including the security services, should be politicized. None. Absolutely none. Majidi say it is an error to try and purport to align and malign anybody who in the interest of the country, person or sum or minor, align the person politically. Let me expand the scope a little bit more. Anytime I ever to Obama man penimbia, you swear in. They swear the president of the republic, not in the name of the political party.
No.
True or not true? They swear the president in the name of the country called Ghana.
The Republic of Ghana.
That you take an oath of allegiance for what? The people of Ghana. Inti omampeni na nado Danquah Kufuado. Ghana for to Abama no onyonyam ni a obu Ghana so. Oyo omampeni for the people of Ghana. That's the primus inter pares. Now you're bahonum number 2. Say the judiciary when they almost practice the ethics of law, there shouldn't be any state. I bet to me I said this judge a politically influenced and I say politically aligned. In fact, so be a judge cry, it is stated say you must disassociate yourself from society. Unko party, unko wedding. You don't join any committees. You must be detached from society. I didn't know Mokaza. Send a beya, you would have an objective, reasonable mind to judge any issue. In Tubesha, a doctor for Papa no a medical doctor, Dr. Boakye Danquah in any baby call. ENT specialist, Kolebu. Doctor for yes, so by area you can never attend to the person because you need an objective and a sound mind to be able to do that. I have a very deep concern with the leaked tape. Parliament for
Yeah.
I'm sure say by this time they are called off camera. Because it's about 2-3 days in it, we've not heard anything.
Yes.
Some they are called off camera. It's well good. Some they are called off camera. Security in 70 bi wo no ma. Se e keke bi trewo sefa emetie for tia. Any you can say maybe you see you are causing fear and panic in society.
Yeah.
Yes. It will cause fear and panic. Mijidi say the IGP Dr. Ekufu Dampare Ghana for na man ejuma se onye. Omampeni na Nado Dankwa Ekufu ano na imra ema no ho kwan say obeyi IGP. Omampeni na Nado Dankwa Ekufu ado yi IGP no. When yi IGP say oye MPP ni. Oyi IGP say ombra na ombe som Ghana. Na ombe hwe say Ghana gebenya law and order. And that the police service will be visible, will be respected, it will be moved away from the old traditional way of doing policing. And until Omampeni Nana Dankwa Ekufu-Addo has retooled the police service. You can see motorbikes, you can see vehicles, you can see crashes to the extent of Omampeni Nana Dankwa Ekufu-Addo as setting up an entire camera system in every single region in this country. Into ultra red light in one. You chill straight. There's no amount of bribe you can give to a policeman.
But some of the police are still taking bribes.
Oh, Mpacho.
Some.
Mpacho yo, Mati. Unaoka.
No, I've seen
Me
it.
Pacho yo, Mati.
Some of me use trotro.
Mati. No problem. But the sanity and the screening of the police, you know, is very, very important. Almost the main issue, and they say, Commander Sari, a lobbyist, and no day Alex Mensah,
Eko Nobu.
Bugri na Buchifo, say Omon lobby no be
IGP.
You know, to be honest, I know lobbying is everywhere, but yen to me buo mine is Sefa, I should say, me say wo tra wo baby. Na obi who say wo ye jumapa no be frɛ wo, say brana be som. You shouldn't go and lobby. Me, the first time I heard of lobby is when I buy atu abewie near go and lobby. I say lobby for what? That's the literal truth. Lobby for what? Meaning say lobbying is part of politics. But I think say wunjuma uyeno should be the lobbying litmus test. No be doing what dance here. Now your friend will be so na say won't. That's how we must boo or mine. We are following very keenly the leaked tape. Mijidi say onyonyem ni miankasa me wofa penny Honorable Atachia Samuel Atachia chairman.
For him, he's doing a good job on the committee.
Mijidi ye pa say obe bod hu adwuma kama ama ye hu no kre wo mu nya, and then also use that to advise ourselves. There's discipline in the security services. Intianeme is very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate.
It goes contrary to the principle of discipline within the
It
security.
goes contrary to the Police Act 350. Even almost Section 17 talks about misconduct and inappropriate behavior. Now, what's your police uniform? And you want to be political. I think, say, you are not helping anybody.
But for example, COP Mensah is not running away from the fact that you're political. On Waka, where he stands, and he's unwilling to dissociate himself from the statement that he made. He still stands by some of the statements. For example, he's a UP, he's an NPP, he's a politician. And even when asked by the committee, also, it's not wrong being a politician and being a police officer.
Mate, the committee will decide on it. I think, say, Obia has an opinion, and Obia also has a right of free association of a political party. So if I were here, we will join the NDC. CPP, PNC, PPP. Party cry into me by Mukrabi to join. It's not a problem. But near ye can say, and fa with Juma we yema a bino, and answer or mino, with Juma yema or mino, and fair no, and find your orientation from your political party. And no whom common ye dino. Inti, well, and then your problem. I mean, yin where all the battle lines are. But Sasembi, like I said, when society gets mad,
Where do you go to?
where do we go to? So it's a paper I've written. One day I'll share it across. But when society gets mad and we go somewhere, I see a baby I won't me again. Na se me watch it and come in, na se me kushia policeman. No catch him so MPP need to me boa. Some watch me. And I don't need that.
Obibasi, a word to a wise is in the north. Obviously, my police for Makwaku Romwa. And I think that you said it right. They are serving the state, and they are not serving any political party. In as much as you're a police officer, you're an officer for the Republic of Ghana. You're not an officer for any political party. Happy 90.9 FM, not good so you know. Happy morning to my special guest in the studio this morning, Palgrave Boakye Danquah. Matese, Boakwa North. As a tsunami PPCC.
Oh, Sefa, tsunami dear. Maybe I see a Baconia, in America. And Ida, near Catcher say,
Happy 98.9
Colorado Heights, the honor me time him say tsunami. But really, what is happening in my constituency?
Yeah,
is that
I'm interested.
Me patrol you medasi. What is happening in my constituency is that the New Patriotic Party, Eba Bibie, a quine, ama. Omo peso mujina a representative party no in the 2024 general election. Na omunya kwenya eko parliament. Eko representative parliament no ero marche bedremu no. Omo ba bibie ama yato so aba. What does it mean? Sisi aye orphan constituencies.
Yes.
Eho ye constituencies are there are no certain MPs.
Yes.
And as you see, a super delegate congress. Our conference, ye nipa enum or even nine. Omokwakujina in the main congress and conference 4th November. You see, after that, from December, aircono, by 1920th, ye be nomination forms. Ama places a strongholds of the New Patriotic Party. So your party ni with the above 18, ufi chrome honum, utumetu aba. Ubetumi akasa yesi ubetumi aba no aba befa forms eno na mesusu ho se so nyankopon boa me no ma me nkwa ma me ahoden a edu ho no ma mekọ na makwa forms ni bi na me so makwa prayer akonia no na ma hwese delegates wo be ya me adoma na so mo ya me adoma 24th February no mo to aba ma me as their representative in the 2024 general election. Na minim se kunim die ya me dia na say 7 December ye to abana na se minya akwanya na me ba be ye MP for Boakwa North na say 6th January 2025 na near swear me in the 9th parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Inti akwanya wo ho ye share constituency executives. Ya tre ya adwemu atro mo say biemu a ye beba ya sase any campaign dey start here so yasa say dey ho treche na jumadie kakra si ye emma delegates no hu say ye mba ye po we ne ye ti ma sha say ma ye boreholes bi ma ye boreholes e wo otafone fofiase any enyinesi my dream my ye mutrimu po say me ba be ye close to about 16 boreholes ma ye 2 aka 14 me ye ni nya so me di nema be atoto ono public toilets wo Boakwa North enya dia ye feye me say every home be a member toilet, every home one toilet, every home be
for the people of Boakwa North,
for the people of Boakwa North, one home one toilet baby obenya etumi eja wonan na what you try me ya me ko ye work overwhelmingly
Oko Facebook
is your friend work to serve me see ye nanti asom ye nanti close to about 27.6 kilometers.
Wow.
And until you alter for all the way through OCM, everybody could do it to Chrome.
Wow.
And the numbers were overwhelming. But for me, as a Christian, it was a prayer walk for me. Into kosher videos now, me bought Diana Hamilton, that we have come in the name of Jesus. And when Jesus speaks, heaven listens. Into for me, it was a prayer walk for me, and I was glad. Say, Kofu Bebre, Ebabe Jame Kwai, Ema Sanya Mano. Nyame dia to onu say, Ebo Kwanof, Memu Bebre, Omuni Ejuma. Me say Nyame Buana so motu me so aba. From March of next year, answer ni Ebekwa ko to 2024 election. Me see the biggest factory in the eastern region. I'm a Kwanof for. I'll do it. The biggest factory. My resources are any my network, far beyond and above this country. Answer na me back home, na me a Christian missionary. Now me a Christian missionary in 78 countries. Me to quite kohonum ya, not once, not twice, not thrice, multiple times. Eko kan yanko pansem. Me be me email and me catch me nko for mo yesi afanenya. I said this is my intent and purpose. And person me sum me chrome for the felicitations and congratulations. I feel we are it's overwhelming. Now I've stated, say, so I will be a resourceful MP. A very, very resourceful MP.
But what do you mean by resourceful?
Resourceful. Resources.
It means that there are a lot of members of parliament. Resourceful.
So say parliament.
Yeah.
Now, in the work of the constituency, in Yema constituency in here, is far beyond nya parliament. So yeah, MP are definitely developmental projects. Say about constituency.
Yeah.
A central government in the
No say.
But esan say ufi krom honum person puntu obano. You must think outside the box to bring more resources. Sana me person metre.
Okay.
Say I would be a resourceful MP. I will not meaningfully depending on central government common fund. Say me de baba be puntu. Because even now, every single borehole I mean it cost me $15,000.
Every single borehole.
Yes, it's a mechanized borehole. Mechanized borehole.
$15,000.
Yes. Yes, mechanized borehole. Remember on the contractor nakasa. Mechanized borehole. Borehole amitui, it will last over 300 years. Mechanized borehole. Unkonko jina ho enye huitin debi. Ukuku biye pipe no de basrada sa 80 meters to the ground. Yeah, hit clean water. Clean water. Purified water.
And how many of them do you want to?
16.
16.
In every like my year 4, my year 2, I got 14. And in the next few weeks, and I'm doing it simultaneously.
Wow. That's before you become a member of parliament.
Debbie, may ye call, say my year 2. Ye kwako ye campaign in me say ansana ye be kwako to aba December 2024 no. Na my year 16 in ye. Nti omo mbo ame na February no omo to aba mame.
But a quick one, because I like data. It was from 2004, 2008, 2012, a year, the fortunes of the party in your constituency. For example, in 2004, you had 62.0% of the vote cast, 59.1% in 2008. 2012, upside control to 60.5%. 2016, 59.2%. And a year in 2020, 53.2% of the total valid vote cast. What do you seek to change with this?
So unim say numbers ya bubo yenya agrone wo form no. Me person me headline bia. But the essence of my work na me no is to revamp the grassroots in the constituency. Sifa election na yekono a delegated election. Nanka ne pape mupa me juma dia kamidi no. I must fully concentrate on 524 of the delegates on Beto Abamami. But my desire is not entirely just to focus on the 524 people on Beto Abamami. My desire is for the entire constituency. Say the new patriotic party in the constituency, the grassroots, omujuma pani omujuma die. This is Nanado Danquah Kufuado's constituency. President Nanado Danquah Kufuado. This is JB Danquah Edu's constituency. Clearly, you could see, say, the political wiggets of the Boakye North, the legacies of Mujay, in terms of political participation and the numbers margin with the biggest opposition party, who share the data now. You see, the evidence is there for you to see. But what I've stated is that Boakye North will continually be a stronghold of the New Patriotic Party. And me fi Boakye North, me fi Otafo, me fi Krodia fie, or Chami Dia fie na me fi Abena Jankroma fie, me fi your opposite and fie, eho Otafo, ona me fi. Me nana, me mame, ne wofa, ye me mame, ni nuabema, ye friend Aaron of Riata. Or a former Speaker of Parliament, Oko Parliament is almost any phony bonum. Former Speaker of Parliament. That's my grand uncle, my grandmother, Niabema. I'm a boatimo for Riata, Niabema. Inti politics, no dear. Ya basa ye on mine, inti for me. Say I'm my desire is to focus on the entire constituency. It may focus on 524 delegates on Beto Abama Meno. Now me focus on the larger one. Now my Boakye delegates and it's a bit sremo. And this is a real humble plea, Miss Remo pa, Mosha Mudachi. Miss Remo, na me, I'm a young person.
Matthias,
Memma mu yimi eshe form. Esanse mo ma me so na mo yam yo se. En yo se no, ye de be ko edim sa.
But my man was your Palgrave Boakye Danquah, Ujina, say delegates in a Boakye North constituency, Beton Swaba, Amanababi Jinamu, say parliamentary candidate for the New Patriotic Party going into the 2024 parliamentary and presidential elections.